Opening a few files. In the meantime, please feel free to ask me any question. We will quickly take a recap of what we discussed yesterday. Then we'll move on to the next topic. Today's session is, I would say, I wouldn't be wrong if I say it is of utmost importance for us today and most likely the next one. Hi Prasad ji, very good evening. I'll recap on the margins, Kumar, sure. Someone is asking about the recordings of class 2 and class 3. They would already be updated most likely. Acha, Lokesh, you are also facing the same problem?
So all the recordings till now are updated on Channel Plus.
Okay. So guys, I hope that answers your question. Guys, please give me a minute or so. Hi, Rajesh ji. Wonderful question, actually. Glad that you asked me this question, Kumar. Kumar has a question, just a doubt. Should we also, sorry, I was opening a file. So should we need to go through a book? Kumar, I'll be very, very honest with you. NISM ka, whichever exam you pick up, it is always a best practice to read through the book. Rather, I always recommend everyone to read the book twice. Any of the exam that you are appearing for, any exam, forget about the common derivatives. For any exam, this statement remains true. It is just that you will not be able to read 3 books before appearing for the exam. That is why the live sessions or this kind of interaction is very much important and relevant here. But ideally, Prasad, yes, ideally you should be reading the 3 books before appearing for the exam. That is the best practice. Must do. If you have time, surely please do. If you do not have time, I'll tell you the important topics before the program ends, and then you can go through those topics. We'll open the book in front of us, and I'll tell you the most important topics. वो तो definitely आप पढ़ ही लीजिएगा. One second. Prasad ji, notes bhi I will be sharing with you. Mock questions bhi I'll be sharing with you. This Excel sheet also I'll be sharing with you. But still my suggestion will be go through the book. No hurry. Biren, yes, that I'll be discussing. How much marks good to go in mock? I am not, I mean, I really do not know, Prasad, that all the social media posts which I have seen for a lot of people, they are scoring only around 60s or maybe a late 60s, as in 67, 68. Though I personally did not find, because we have already, I mean, interacted earlier. So I'm not sure why people are scoring this marks. Personally, इतना मुश्किल पेपर नहीं लगा मुझे. But most likely, because some people have never studied or would not have studied about derivatives. Problem, Prasad, उन लोगों के लिए आएगी, और मैं I am talking not just to Prasad, to everyone else also. It will require a lot of hard work, especially for those people who have never appeared for equity derivatives exam or who have never studied derivatives. That is why I have been speaking this statement for the last 2 sessions, that this derivative topic that we are discussing is of utmost importance, because a lot of you might not have studied this topic. So your 70% time should be on studying of derivatives. At least a couple of them I know that they are a very successful mutual fund distributors, and they are also, as in they have achieved very good status in their profession. So using all these things day in day out, but still the marks were on the lower side. I do not want to judge anyone here, but I'm just sharing this information with you so that maybe that helps you to some extent. Now that you are asking me some questions about this, what do we say, exam and all, so we can talk about it for 5 minutes. No harm in doing so. If you have any question, you may feel free to do so. Rajiv, yes, I think you will have to appear for some other thing also. Prasad says 3 hours, good time, good amount of time to analyze and answer. Prasad, I think yes. I mean, frankly speaking, I was out in less than 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hours or so. So that was okay. As in, if you know about derivatives, then even 1.5 to 2 hours is more than sufficient. The problem will come with those people who do not understand derivative much. So that is why the practice here in this, what do we say, in this session or in these sessions will be important. Ankit is asking my score. My score was 89.75. I mean, close to 90%, not the number of questions. That should not be the benchmark. That should be your minimum marks. हमारा target, मेरे सामने तो कुछ था नहीं ना. I was the early goer in the exam. आपके सामने तो बहुत कुछ है. आपको तो मैं बता रहा हूँ कि how many questions I got from equity derivatives, from currency derivative, from interest rate, from capital market. मैंने तो उसके बेसिस पे आपके लिए कंटेंट बनाया है. तो आपके लिए तो इससे ऊपर के मार्क्स आने चाहिए. मुझे तो I did not even know कि कौन से सब्जेक्ट पे कितना फोकस जाएगा. And I think Prasad knows me a bit because we have met earlier in some other program. So he knows I keep a tight kind of schedule. So I was not able to give time to the subject also. So you should be targeting at least 90%, I would say. And that requires a lot of practice. Let's be very frank here. In terms of difficulty, PMS versus this exam, just to understand, Kumar, I haven't appeared for PMS exam. बट आई थिंक पीएमएस में आपका डेरिवेटिव का पोर्शन कितना था? नहीं था शायद. बहुत ज्यादा था क्या या बहुत कम था? आई एम नॉट श्योर. ओके, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं अब हम. नहीं नहीं, दैट्स फाइन स्नेहल. यू हैव ऑल द राइट टू आस्क फॉर माय मार्क्स. दैट्स फाइन. There is some question why there is a difference between the BSE and the BSE and NSE spot prices. Vijay Raj has a question. So Vijay, that is primarily based on demand and supply. Sometimes the demand is higher on the NSE side. So the prices on one of the exchanges just go up slightly, but it is only slightly, not too much. Rajesh, 3 books के नाम है equity derivatives, currency derivatives, and interest rate derivatives, all NISM modules. Surinder, sure, I'll give you more clarity on arbitrage. Kumar, that is true for smaller cap shares. In larger cap, now BSE is kind of equally successful as an exchange. Prasad has a question. Can we do futures arbitrage in current and next month? Prasad, that is not called arbitrage. That is called spread. That is called calendar spread. Arbitrage का मतलब होता है कि we will always be making profit. But this is not arbitrage. In this case, you will certainly not necessarily make profit. Okay. Trading currency is legal in India. I heard someone saying cannot do. Raju, you would have heard of certain exchanges called off the topic though, but important for you to know. So you would have heard of some exchanges like, for example, OctaFX, Saxo Bank, etc. So इनके through forex trade करना is illegal. बट NSE BSE के थ्रू करेंसी ट्रेड करना, करेंसी फ्यूचर्स, करेंसी ऑप्शंस इज परफेक्टली लीगल. Having said this, last year in the month of May, RBI and SEBI have decided to pause this contract for speculators like you and me. The hedging is still allowed, but the speculation activity has been stopped temporarily. So अभी के लिए no, we cannot do so, but sooner it will be there. Prasad, I would like to correct you here. There are 7 currencies available. 4 you are right in terms of liquidity. So USD INR, Euro INR, GBP INR, JPY INR. Again, we are going to discuss this in detail anyways. So all 4 currencies against INR, they are highly liquid. And then you have a currency pair called Euro USD, USD GBP, and Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD JPY. These 3 currency pairs. So 7 currency pairs in total. Rajiv says difficulty level compared to equity derivative. Rajiv, I think I took this question earlier. This is the last question which we are taking for exam now. Then we'll be moving on to the subject. Out of 100, let's say mutual fund was at 40, equity derivative was at 60, or maybe 50, 55. This one will be at 70, 75 odd. It can be 80 also, because currency के concepts आप में से कुछ लोगों को अभी you will start witnessing from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Frankly speaking, some of you will be struggling. So that is why I want a strong attendance in the days to come, because currency के concepts are difficult. And then think about currency and equity collectively, currency and derivative collectively. I do not want to scare you, but at the same time, I want you to remain serious. That is why I'm speaking out these statements, but they are very, very true. Let me tell you. Okay, so arbitrage का concept अभी हम discuss करते हैं, और उसके बाद फिर हम चलेंगे यहाँ पर call and put पे. Arbitrage is basically taking 2 transactions on 2 different places. See, this phone, for example, it should be, let us say, outside my house, there is a market. Let's say market A and market B. Both these markets पे ये वाला जो phone है, it should be trading at equal price. If it is not trading at the same price, I will buy from one market and right away short sell in the other market. This is called arbitrage. One individual product, different prices in 2 different markets. For example, Venkat goes to Dubai. In India, the gold is trading at 97,000. In Dubai, it is trading at 90,000. So Venkat makes a call to a jeweler in India. I am buying gold here at 90,000, simultaneously blocking a deal at 97,000 in India, blocking a profit of, or booking a profit of, notionally booking a profit of 7,000 rupees per 10 grams. This is called arbitrage. Kumar, clear? Okay. बस आप सबसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है, ये जो बुक्स वेंकट ने शेयर करी हैं, इसका एक बार, आई एम नॉट डाउनलोडिंग देम, आई हैव इट, बट देन यू प्लीज चेक एट योर एंड कि ये लेटेस्ट या ऑलमोस्ट लेटेस्ट हो तो अच्छी बात है. Although a lot of things have not changed, but make sure that they are latest. NISM has anyways opened their website for downloading this now. Okay, great, Venkat. If it is of March 25, wonderful. So you all can please download this and start reading it. Okay, let's proceed now. Great. Venkat, from everyone, thanks to Venkat. Now I want everyone's attention, please. And genuinely thank you, Venkat, for sharing it. Cool. Now I want everyone's attention. Those who are active with me, please give me a thumbs up or write yes in the chat box. Quick. Okay. Margin recap. Okay. Margin recap. Arbitrage questions. Arbitrage ke liye they will only be asking those type of questions. Like for example, they'll give you a case study whether this is a cash and carry arbitrage or reverse cash and carry arbitrage. Or they will ask you what is cash and carry arbitrage. There will be four options. You'll be buying a spot, selling a future, something like this. That's it. Margin to enter into a futures contract, for that matter, to enter into a derivatives contract, there is a margin requirement. The margins are of three types. So to initiate the position, to maintain the position, and to hold the position, you need three different type of margin: initial margin, mark to market margin, maintenance margin. The margin required to enter the contract is initial margin. The margin required to hold the contract on a daily basis is M2M margin. And the margin required in the extreme loss scenario is called maintenance margin. Initial margin also already includes maintenance margin. लेकिन जब कभी भी initial margin कम होता रहता है, तब ऐसे टाइम पर आपकी मार्जिन रिक्वायरमेंट के क्लोज आ जाते हैं आप, और क्योंकि आप क्लोज आ जाते हैं, और at any point in time when your amount of margin in your account goes below the maintenance margin, then there is something called a margin call. This word you should remember. Initial margin is made up of different type of margins. One is VAR margin, which is derived from a formula called, quickly give me an answer in next 10 seconds. VAR margin is derived from a formula called, quick. No Ellen. Correct Rangarajan, correct Vishwesh. No Nisha. It is span technique, standard portfolio analysis of risk, which was developed by CME. And these two three terms, as I mentioned earlier, also they are important because at least equity derivative exam में तो definitely पूछी जाती है. Okay. So initial margin, maintenance margin, mark to market margin. So we are sorted with the margin. Margin is something that you require. Acha, listen to me very carefully here. An important statement. The margins will be required whenever there will be a scenario of unlimited loss. Whenever there is a scenario of unlimited loss, the margins will be there. And the more volatile the product, the higher the margin. The less volatile the product, the lower the margin. Am I clear here? Which means not just about short selling, Praneeth. Also, for example, buying a future, you have a huge loss, not an unlimited, but then a huge loss. Then you have to pay a margin. For option selling, you have to pay the margin. For option selling, you have to pay the margin. For future selling, for future buying, you have to pay the margin. For option buying, we are going to discuss here. You do not have to pay the margin, you have to pay the premium. Having said this, in one of your books, it is mentioned as premium margin also, but at any point in time, we will not be calling it as a margin, or in the exam also, they will not be calling it as a margin. They'll be using the word premium only to make it clear what they want to ask. Okay, so जहां कहीं भी आपका unlimited loss scenario आएगा, वहां पर margin word जरूर आएगा आपका. So let me recap what we discussed in the second half of yesterday's session. Option. An option is a contract where one of the party agrees to buy. One of the party has a right, other party has an obligation to buy or sell an underlying asset at a predetermined price on or before a predetermined date. So based on or before, the options are of two types: American and European. An option that can be exercised at any point in time is called an option that can be exercised at any point in time until expiry is called American option. And an option that can be exercised only at the time of expiry is called European option. Although there are other kind of options also, but that is not part of your curriculum. Now, based on your right, whether you want a right to buy or you want a right to sell, the options are of two types: call option and put option. I am very, very sure you would have heard these terms call option and put option. Acha, by the way, they are not going to ask you, but this you should be aware of, that in India, most of the options that you trade are European options, because they can frame a question like this. Let's say Hari purchased an option and he was able to square up the option 5 minutes from now. Is this an example of an American option or European option? So Hari, for example, purchased Reliance option, call option, and he was able to square up the option 5 minutes from now. That does not tell you that it is a American option, because he was able to square up, not exercise. If the exercising is possible very quickly or before expiry, in that case, the option is American. But in this case, they are talking about squaring up, not exercising. Now, based on your right, the options are of two types, call option and put option. Listen to me carefully here. A call option provides you a right to buy an underlying asset at a predetermined price and time. A call option provides you a right to buy an underlying asset at a predetermined price and time. So जो option आपको right to buy provide करता है, that is called a call option. For example, yesterday we were talking about an Apple iPhone, where you had a right to buy the phone at a certain price. At a certain price, जिस price पे आप उसको buy कर सकते थे, 1 lakh in our case, this is called strike price or exercise price, also referred to as X or K. Strike price, exercise price, X or K. The price at which the deal is supposed to be struck, or the price at which the deal strikes between the buyer and the seller, is called the strike price. And the one that provides you a right to buy something is called a call option, and the one that provides you a right to sell something is called a put option. Now, let me take you through the practical examples itself. Kumar, exercise price. Praveen, except Saturday, Sunday, until next Tuesday, we have this program, and approximately, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. You can remember this for the next 4, 5, 6 days or so, until next Tuesday. Now, I hope you are able to see my screen. Pritu, are you able to see my screen? Give me a thumbs up, please. Okay. Now, I am opening nseindia.com. I am typing Reliance Industries. You can be with me. Try this with me. There's an important lesson that we are going to learn here. In Reliance Industries, go to derivatives and then go to option chain. This is how you reach option chain of a stock. But because tomorrow is expiry, so hence I am not expecting significant liquidity in this. This one is 26th of June. The another one will be the next Thursday one, 31st of July. But at least for today, we'll be looking at this example only. The underlying price of Reliance is 1467. These are the strike prices. What do you mean by this? First, we will be focusing on the left side, which is calls. On the left side are the calls. On the right side are the puts. Satya, sorry, I missed your question. Let me first answer this question. I was expecting this question actually. Satya had a question. What is the difference between square off and exercise? That's actually an important and interesting question. Let us talk about, before moving on to the call option or put option. Offset, square up or close out. Offset, square up or close out, exercise, and expire. These are four terms that one should be aware of. I repeat, offset, square up or close out, exercise, expire. I hope expire everyone understands. The contract will cease to expire after 26th of June. Day after tomorrow, you will not find this contract. That is called expiry. Squaring up or closing out means I purchased this option at a certain price and I sold it after some period, some time, on the same day, different day, anytime before expiry. This is called closing out or squaring up. Offsetting means not actually squaring up, but correct, Prasad, in this case, someone else will be holding, the contract is still floating. In this case, I have kind of hedged myself. So I am neutral to the market conditions, but I'm still holding the contract. Or I would say, I am holding the contract, still I'm neutral to the market conditions. For example, if I am holding 26th of July call option, but for certain reason, maybe because of illiquidity, I'm not able to exit the position. So I sell 31st July wali call option. So I'm holding this buy call, same strike key, I'm holding this sell. Or let's make it simple for you. I am holding June month का future, but वहां पर liquidity नहीं थी, तो उसको exit नहीं कर पाया. तो I have short sold the July month वाला future. I am holding both these contracts, but I am completely hedged. This is called offsetting the contract. So offsetting is clear, squaring up is clear, closing out is clear, expire is clear. Exercise means doing something, doing something which was written in the contract. For example, buying 500 shares of Reliance Industries. If I purchased a call option of Reliance, I exercise my option and hence I am buying 500 shares of Reliance Industries at a predetermined price. This is called exercise. जब आप हॉस्पिटल में जाके अपना ट्रीटमेंट कराते हैं, आपने अपने राइट को एक्सरसाइज किया. A lot of you are asking about the offsetting. Let me give you one practical example. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हमारा जो ब्रोकर का टर्मिनल होता है वो हैंग हो जाता है, और या फिर देयर इज सम टेक्निकल ग्लिच. You are holding June month future, but you are not able to exit this position at, let us say, broker A. Now the broker B ka terminal is working fine. So you short sell because this is not working. So you short sell the same future on this exchange. You are holding 1 and 2 positions right now, but you have completely hedged yourself. You have offsetted your position. Is this point clear to everyone? निशा, आर्बिट्राज में तो ऐसा होता है ना कि हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस ही प्रॉफिट कमाने का होता है. यहां पर प्रॉफिट कमाने का मकसद नहीं है, एज एन एम नहीं है हमारा. यहां पर द एम इज टू ओनली प्रोटेक्ट आवर पोजीशन. या प्रणीत, यू कैन टेक रेफरेंस फ्रॉम ऑफसेटिंग लॉसेस आल्सो. Biswadev, no worries. Biswadev, you are holding a Reliance Industry future on Zerodha. फ्यूचर्स की बात कर रहे हैं हम, यहां पर ऑप्शन की बात ही नहीं कर रहे. You are holding Reliance Industries futures on Zerodha, long position. Now, when you went to exit the position tomorrow morning at 9:15, there was a glitch. and you are not able to hold your, or you are not able to exit your position, or maybe you forget your Zerodha ID password or something. Maybe you have lost that phone or whatsoever. Now you also have a Kotak Mahindra or Kotak Securities, or for example, for that matter, Dhan's trading account, any of the broker's trading account. There also you have got some margin. You keep holding this Reliance Industries long position. You bought it at 1500, currently trading at 1600. So on Dhan also it will be trading at 1600. You short sell one future of Reliance at 1600 on Dhan. 5 hours later, or at the end of the day or next day, the price of Reliance Industries come to 1400, or the price of Reliance comes to, for example, 1500 back. So यहां पर आपकी पोजीशन कटी 1500 पे, यहां पर, और ऐसा समझ लेते हैं, यहां पर यू आर होल्डिंग वन पोजीशन, वन एज इन वन पोजीशन, लॉन्ग पोजीशन. यहां पर यू आर होल्डिंग शॉर्ट पोजीशन. यू आर बेसिकली हेज्ड, राइट विश्वदेव? So basically this is called offsetting position to this. आपको 100 रुपीज का प्रॉफिट होना था, यहां पर आप 100 रुपीज बुक नहीं कर पाए, लेकिन यहां पर बुक कर लिया, तो यू आर कंप्लीटली हेज्ड. दैट इज कॉल्ड ऑफसेटिंग. Okay. What if it was an expiry day for the existing position that was held at 1500? That's also okay. सिर्फ मार्जिन ज्यादा लगेगा, मार्जिन के प्रॉब्लम को हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं अभी के लिए, बट द सेकंड पोजीशन इज देयर. That will square up as soon as the market opens. You will exit from both the positions simultaneously, Ravi. And because both of them are deriving their value from underlying assets, there's no harm in doing so. Yeah, Biren, I'm not talking about those kind of entry cases here. Brokerage charges will be there, of course. The taxes will be there, the STT will be there, and so on and so forth. Correct, Vishwesh. Offsetting is setting of the trade, taking contra position while holding both the positions. Yeah, Ravi, in that case, in that extreme scenario, guys, let's not talk about this scenario. It was only a counter question, not a part of your curriculum. So I appreciate your questions, as in your inquisitive questions, but then they are not required. So yes, there will be entry cases for sure. Now we were talking about, we were talking about this call option. This is the strike price, the price at which the deal strikes. Reliance is trading at 1467. Biren says that I want to buy Reliance at 1450. I am moving on to the July contract. Biren says 1467 pe Reliance is trading. I want to buy Reliance at 1450. So what he can do is Biren can pay a premium. At the top of it, you can see this is called LTP, last traded premium, which is 46 rupees 90 paisa per share, multiply by the lot size of Reliance, which is 500 shares, which you can see on the data, I mean, in details. So 46.90 into 500 is something Biren is paying. This provides him a right to buy 500 shares of Reliance at 1450 per share on 31st of July. This is called call option. Is this point clear to everyone? Vishwesh, this is not the premium. This is the, sorry, this is not the margin. This is the premium. So 46.90 premium per share has to be paid to enter into this position that provides him a right to buy Reliance at 1450. So effectively, Biren is holding a call option of Reliance. Biren, we would say, is a call buyer of Reliance, or he has a position of long call in Reliance. Is this point clear to everyone? I would like to pause here for 30 seconds. Anyone, any question? 1 second. When I buy, the premium will be adjusted at expiry. You have no. In cash position, we are assuming that we are not buying in cash. Point number one, we will be squaring it off, or it will be expiring, but we are not exercising our option. Now, let me take your question. When I buy, the premium will be adjusted at expiry. So how it works is, Prasad, we are going to see many examples though. You have given 46.90 rupees, or let's say 47 rupees to the counterparty. Now, when the market goes up, this call options value increases. So the value of the premium goes up. So you basically trade this premium just like a stock. Just like a 47 rupees stock, you want the prices to go up to 50. The same way, जब ये वाला option 47 से बढ़कर 50 हो जाएगा, आप इसको बेच देंगे. For that matter, 50, 60, 70, 100, whatsoever. So this is how the broader things are going to work out. So we are going to see many examples now. Praneeth, that is what I was clearing out here, guys. Praneeth says it's like advance paying for the car or home. Praneeth, no, I would not say that. Reason being, जो advance देते हैं ना, वो adjust हो जाता है. जैसा कि प्रसाद ने भी पूछा. लेकिन ये पैसा जो है वो एडजस्ट नहीं होता. इट इज लाइक योर इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम. ये किसी चीज में एडजस्ट नहीं हो रहा आपका. प्रणीत क्लियर? प्रसाद क्लियर? Surender says if the price is 1467, why he purchase a price of 1450? So Surender, that is the beauty of option. That you can buy, you can choose to buy Reliance at your favorite price. लेकिन इससे पहले कि आप ये सोचें कि फिर तो हर कोई अमीर बन सकता है, everyone can make a lot of money. The point is that the more lucrative this option is, the more expensive it is getting here. You see, Reliance is trading at 1467. You can buy Reliance even at 1220 on expiry, but for that you will have to pay a premium of a hefty premium. And if you want to buy Reliance at 1470, then the premium is relatively lower. Surender, is this point clear to you? And also interestingly, he has an option. He has a right, not an obligation. What happens if the price is 1400 instead of 1457? He will lose the margin, he will lose the premium. Vishwadev, this we are going to discuss in a while. Wait for a while. Snehal says, I've got many questions actually. Snehal says it's like insurance premium you pay every year but won't be using the sum insured if not required. Absolutely right. That is what I mentioned. Kumar says there are too many strike prices. How to choose? A very difficult question actually, even for a practitioner. We will try to dig somewhat maybe later, but not required for you as of now. They're not going to ask you how to choose the option. This is more of a more from a practical standpoint than examination standpoint. But a very important question to answer though, undoubtedly. There's an important question here. Pritu says, can we take delivery of Reliance by paying rest amount on expiry? Not the rest amount, the complete amount. क्योंकि ये अमाउंट तो एडजस्ट हो ही नहीं रहा ना. आपको एक्सपायरी पे 1450 into 500 ही पे करना है to take delivery of 500 shares of Reliance. ये अमाउंट तो चला गया आपका, ये वापस नहीं मिलने वाला. This is the amount of money required to enter into the contract. Okay. Yeah, Prasad, you are right. We are going to discuss that later. On the flip side, the premium for the higher strikes are costly. Okay, yeah. What will happen to the premium on expiry date? Rajesh, you will get an answer later. Not immediately, but you will certainly get an answer. Ankit says how the premium is decided. The more risk the seller is taking, the more premium he will be charging. Think about LIC here. Vishwesh, yes, you will be getting a right to buy. Allow me a second. Yeah, more the age, more the premium, because the risk is higher, right? Okay, guys, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let me pause all these questions for a while. Let me dig further deeper that will answer all your questions. These questions, many of these questions are very valid questions, but still I am taking liberty of skipping them for now because I personally believe the more I will speak, the more answer you will automatically get it. Allow me a second. Okay, let's take this example. I want everyone's attention, please. Very, very important topic. Reliance spot. Spot means जहां पर stock आपका चल रहा है. Is trading at 1467, if I'm right. We all buy 1450 call option, call buy, call long, long call buyer. इनमें से कोई भी वर्ड आपको एग्जाम में दिख सकता है, इसलिए मैंने सारे वर्ड फर्स्ट टाइम पे सब कुछ लिख दिया है. The rights, okay, Prasad. The rights come at a cost. So you are paying a premium of, let us say, 50 rupees. Now, expected spot price on expiry. Expected spot price on expiry. For example, Reliance expiry पे close होता है 1300 पे और 1320 पे और any of these levels. We do not know कहां पर close होगा. I recommended hypothetically to my client to buy this call option, which means point number one and a very, very important point. After buying this call option, you get a right to buy Reliance at 1450. Is this point clear to everyone? Yes or no? Now, on expiry, the Reliance, for example, closes at 1300. I have a right to buy Reliance at 1450. What should I do? Should I exercise my right or should I let my option expire worthless? If I exercise my right, I will be buying this option, buying Reliance at 1450, something which is already trading at 1300. Better to let this option expire worthless. Anyways, I will be losing only 50 rupees per share. Okay. Now at 1320 minus 50 up to 1440 minus 50. Am I right in saying so? What happens at 1460? At 1460, I have a right to buy something at 1450. Should I exercise my right or should I let my option expire worthless again? I should exercise my right because that will give me a right to buy something at 1450, something which is trading at 1460. Even though I am lost, I am making less loss. So equal to this plus 10. At 1480, I am making a loss of only 20 rupees because by exercising, I am gaining 30 rupees, given 50 rupees, net loss 20 rupees. And the more the price of Reliance increases, hypothetical example, the more your profit increases. So your profit becomes unlimited, while your losses will always be limited. Your losses will always be limited. This is the payoff diagram. They will not ask you to make a payoff diagram, but they can certainly ask you, rather they will certainly ask you, they will give you a particular strike price. They will give you a particular spot price where the market closes. And then you will have to calculate the profit and loss at this level. How is 40 loss at 1460? At 1460, I will be exercising my right. My right provides me a right to buy Reliance at 1450. Reliance is trading at 1460. I will exercise my right. I will make a profit of 10 rupees, but I paid a premium of 50 rupees. So my loss is 40 rupees. Is this point clear? Kumar, you cannot extend the contract. You can just exit from this contract in loss and maybe enter into a fresh contract for the next month. That is called rollover. Rollover is basically exiting from this contract and entering into the new contract. If the price picks up before the expiry, can one exercise the right to sell at a higher premium? Biswadev, tell me one thing. Which option is this? American or European? Then how you can exercise? That is why I spent 5 minutes talking about squaring up and exercising, right? शैलेंद्र, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड आंसर है इसका, दैट इफ वी डू नॉट स्क्वायर अप तो क्या ये ऑटोमेटिकली एग्जिट हो जाएगा या नहीं हो जाएगा? I would like to skip it for a while. For a while only, keep this handy. Once we have talked about ITM options, then ask me this question again. Kumar says square up means I exit the contract before expiry. Absolutely yes. The same call. Please explain the payoff from price above 1460. Sure. at 1460. Okay. Vishwesh, at 1440, I have a right to buy at 1450. What should I do? At 1440, I have a right to buy at 1450. What should I do? I shouldn't exercise, right? Perfect. At 1460, should I exercise? Because I'm making profit. In the contract, I'm making profit. So I have exercised. So by exercising, I am making a profit of 10 rupees. 50 rupees premium I already paid. So my loss is 40 rupees. Even though I am making a loss, but my loss is now less after exercising. Now, okay, let me give you two cases. Do not exercise and give and make a loss of 50, or exercise and make a loss of 40. What would you do? Do not exercise, bear a loss of 50. Exercise, bear a loss of 40. Case 1 or case 2? Case 2, I have done the same. Exercising at 1450, I will buy from my counterparty at 1450, sell it in the market at 1460, made a profit of 10 rupees, 50 rupees I was in loss earlier. शैलेंद्र, अभी हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि एक्सरसाइजिंग का मतलब ये है कि हम लेके बेच देंगे उसको, अभी पैसे की रिक्वायरमेंट को छोड़ दीजिए. Practically, yes, you would require money, but theoretically, we are not assuming those things. Sounds good to everyone? Let's pause here itself. It is 7:26 or 27. Let's take a 10 minutes break here itself today without any delay. Let your mind absorb this all, because I have a few questions from you, or you also might think about some questions. So it is 7:27. Let's meet at 7:37. Exactly 10 minutes from now. Very, very important topic. Utmost important topic. क्योंकि इसी सारे टॉपिक पे आगे की सारी स्ट्रेटेजीज टिकी हुई है. So see you in exactly 10 minutes from now. Vishwesh, I'll discuss that. Don't worry. Perfect. Shall we start, guys? I think I'm late for by a couple of minutes, right? Okay, perfect. There are a couple of questions I would like to answer first. Vishwesh, are you back? Vishwadev says, what should a trader do if the price goes much higher than the strike price contracted before expiry? Just give me a second. Hmm. But he's expecting there is a risk of price falling at the expiry date below the strike price. See, practically, Vishwadev, what someone would do is, जैसे ही आपका ट्रेड प्रॉफिट में आएगा आप उसमें से प्रॉफिट बुक करके बाहर आ जाएंगे. Practically this you are going to do, but on from examination point of view they will not expect you to do this. What they expect you to do is calculate the profit and loss on expiry. So what your opinion is, what your view is, it does not matter for the exam. What matters for exam is what is your net profit or loss on expiry. Vishwadev, clear? Vishwesh, at 1300 I will not exercise my right and I will let my option expire worthless. Right, Vishwesh? Keep on saying yes or no. Up to 1440, I am not exercising my right because I will be bearing a loss only. At 1460, I have a right to buy at 1450. So I'm making a profit of 10 rupees by exercising. By not exercising, I'm making a loss of 50. By not exercising at any level, I'm anyways making a loss of 50 rupees only. Now at 1480, yeah, limited loss. At 1480, if I do not exercise, I make a loss of 50. If I exercise, I make a profit of 30 rupees on exercising and already paid 50 rupees. So net loss of 20 rupees. Which was clear? At 1500, if I exercise, I make a profit of 50 rupees. I have already paid 50 rupees. So my net profit loss is 0. So at 15, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80. Which way is clear? You are asking this why 0 or that's why 0? What formula you have put in F? अभी यहां पर मैंने यहां पर चेंज किया थोड़ा सा फॉर्मूला. इससे पहले इट वाज -50, then I added 10 rupees and then 20 rupees and then continued. 1500 is the break even point. Am I clear? Okay. Anyone else? Any question here? Because we will be increasing our level. चलिए. Please pick up a paper and a pen for yourself. Satya, for now we are talking about call buy only. Call sell we are going to discuss later. ABC trading at 1200. Sorry, ABC trading at 5500. Strike price. Call option buy. European call buy. Strike price 5450. Premium 80. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have got collectively 2 minutes to tell me what will be my profit and loss on all these highlighted strike prices, spot prices. Your time starts now. Rajesh, CE means European call buy. My question is, what are the profits and losses on these highlighted spot prices? Quick. Great, Snehal. Let me check that. Okay. Equal to this. Please check your answer. Those who are absolutely right may please write yes. Those who have had some error, some mistake may please write no. I just want to know that how much depth I need to go here. Okay, Rajesh, but now it is clear to you. Now, where is the break-even point? At 5,500, you are making a loss of 30. At 5,550, you are making a profit of 20. 50 rupees upside, you are gaining 50 rupees. If you want to go to zero at 30 here, 5,530 is the break-even point. Though your book talks about the formula, but then I am not in a favor of remembering that formula, because there can be the break-even required for a strategy also, which will be difficult to recall or remember. Okay, guys. So this is a case of call buy. Satyaji, can you please share your chat? Whenever you send a chat, send it in the for everyone. Select everyone in the chat box. So I have to open a separate chat box to check your chat. Okay, yeah, sure. Here is the formula. Jahan tak it was minus 80, it was minus 80. After that, for every 50 point upside, I am getting 50 rupees, hence this formula. This formula is mostly required by a practitioner where you need to calculate the payoff diagram, but in your exam, you will not be asked to share the payoff diagram. So don't worry about it. F358 पे it is only this. Okay, Nisha, as long as your formula is working for you, good. Biren, I wanted to make a payoff diagram, hence I did this. You need not worry. You simply focus on what is the profit loss at 5800 because break-even point is for me to explain. You will not be asked to do so. अभी के लिए only focus on your answers. They should be correct. That's it. चलिए. At 5500, it would be 0. At 5500, no, at 5500, you have a right to buy something at 5450. So you make a profit of 100 rupees. Out of this, 80 rupees has been paid as a premium. So your profit is 20 rupees. At 5530, it should be 0. So a call option buyer had a right to buy. A put option buyer has a right to sell. So for example, Prasad, zero sum game means profit of one is equal to loss of other. अगर कॉल बायर का प्रॉफिट x है तो कॉल सेलर का प्रॉफिट -x होगा. So for example, TCS is trading at 4000. Now I purchase a put option. Put option means right to sell. At what price? At 4100. To purchase this option, I paid a premium of 240 rupees. ठीक है. I have a right to sell, guys, not a right to buy now. I have a right to sell something at Rajesh. You can buy any number of any put. You can buy 4000 put, उसका प्राइस कुछ और होगा, 4100 put, उसका प्राइस कुछ और होगा, and so on and so forth. That's completely your choice. So this 4100 put was trading at 240. I purchased it. At 3200, I have a right to sell at 4100. What should I do? Exercise my right or let the option expire worthless? Exercising my right and making a profit of 900 rupees, but already paid a premium of 240 rupees. So net profit 660 rupees. Snehal, think again. I am the buyer of a put option. I have a right to sell something at 4100 when the market is trading at 3200. Market में जो चीज 3200 की है, you have a right to sell at 4100. So making a profit of 900, paid 240 as premium, net profit 660. At 3300, 560. I have done a mistake. Tell me, what's my mistake in this? कौन से रो नंबर पे मिस्टेक है? Correct, Anurup. I cannot lose more than 240 rupees because I am the buyer of a put option, right to sell. So my maximum loss is limited to only 240 rupees. This is my payoff diagram. Making a lot of profit when the market goes down, losing limited money when the market goes up. Gautam, Abhijit, Anurup, Nisha, Minesh, Kumar, clear? Snehal, clear? A quick quiz, 2 questions only. Fastest finger first. Same question, everything same. What is my profit or loss at 2,500? Great. Sabke answer, all the answers are right. Absolutely right. What is my profit and loss, profit or loss at 5,000? Ellen, you cannot lose more than 240. One more question. Listen to me carefully. Nifty trading at 25,200. I have purchased 25,100 call option at a premium of 240. I have purchased 25,200 put option at 190. Tell me my net profit and loss. And 27,000. Kumar, European put buy, European call buy. Quick. गाइस आंसर कर लीजिए, डू नॉट शेयर वन बाय वन, एक साथ सारे कर दीजिएगा। आई विल स्टार्ट इन 2 मिनट्स, तब तक आप ट्राई कर लीजिए। Guys, please share your answer now. Quick. Guys, may I start now? चलिए, I'll do for all of them. You can take it for 27,000 later on. Call by, put by, 240, 190, 25,100 equal to minus of this number up to 25,100. After that, equal to this plus 100. Again, you do not need to make this entire diagram. I'll tell you how you need to do this. आपको मैनुअली, क्योंकि आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा, सारे नहीं पूछे जाएंगे. I have made your life a bit tougher by sharing all these questions simultaneously, because I personally believe that you should be picking up speed also. Equal to this minus this minus this. You may please check your answers, guys. First, you may check your answers and then we'll discuss any of your doubts if you have. 27,000 पे आंसर इज 1470. बाकी सारे दे आर विजिबल टू यू. थोड़ा साइज छोटा कर दिया है मैंने. In the next 30 seconds, just mention if your answers are right, yes, something wrong, no, or otherwise you can type some doubt of yours if you have. सो एनीवन जिनका नहीं हुआ है, वो नहीं हुआ ये इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, अभी समझ में आ गया है, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट। आपसे नहीं हुआ दैट्स फाइन, लेकिन अब यू शुड बी एबल टू डू दिस, एज इन इट शुड बी अंडरस्टैंडेबल। Kumar says option is better than future as loss is limited. To that extent, yes, but there are some drawback of options also. Biren, can we please skip the Excel formula here? Biren, see, as of now, what you need to master, you will have 1 minute to answer this question, and the question will have that you are holding these options, calculate the profit loss at 24,800. That's the only question. इसके अलावा वो बात और है कि आपके सामने दो options और होंगे. There will be 3 or 4 positions. So you will be asked to calculate the profit and loss at 24,800. That's it. You should first master this. Excel, so anyways, you will be receiving. Okay, Biren? And recording also you have. They will not ask you multiple strikes for sure. They will ask you just one strike. Or if they want to make the question difficult, they will ask you कि कौन से strike के ऊपर profit होना शुरू होगा. Beyond what level he will start making a profit. So you will have to find a break-even point in that case. But again, आज और कल की क्लास से पहले आप बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स प्रैक्टिस करेंगे इसके खुद से, तो तब तक वो मास्टरी हो जाएगी. हरी ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट इसमें इट कैन बी रिलेटिवली इजियर, नॉट एवरी टाइम इट विल बी इजी. Kumar says so people always rush to square up, correct in general with your explanation. Yeah, people always rush to square up the option buying. Option buyer of the topic, Kumar. Option buyer behaves like Virender Sehwag or Shahid Afridi. Coming out on the crease, this what we are calling is call buyer and put buyer. So they come out on the crease, hit a few 4s and 6s and go out. That's it. Option sellers, which we are going to start now, are Rahul Dravid and VVS Lakshman. They want to stay on the crease. There is something called theta, which we are going to discuss later. Guys, I am pausing here for 30 seconds. Anyone, any question? Unfortunately, Prasad, I have not seen the batting of Ravi Shastri. But that brings me to a question here. Why I haven't? I should be watching some recordings, YouTube. Sandeep, yes, you are getting the recording of all the sessions. They will not be there with you for your entire life, but then it will be there with you for a short period, let's say a week or so, just so that you are missing any of the sessions. Guys, sorted hai, chale aage. The next topic is trickier. Now, call seller, call writer. If call buyer has a right to buy, listen to me carefully. If call buyer has a right to buy, what would a call seller have? If call buyer has a right to buy, what would call seller has? If a call buyer has a right to buy, the call seller, Abhijit, one party can have a right, right? The call seller has an obligation to deliver or obligation to sell. So a call buyer had a right to buy the underlying asset. So call seller has an obligation to deliver or obligation to sell the underlying asset at a predetermined price. Okay, Manshu? Okay, Vishwesh, Chandra, Sachin, Avni, everyone. निफ्टी ट्रेडिंग एट कुमार कॉल सेलर को कॉल राइटर भी बोला जाता है. निफ्टी 25,200. I have sold a call of 25,200. Should I also be paying the premium? As a call seller or a call writer, they both are same. Should I also be paying the premium? No, I will be receiving the premium. Rangarajan, by the end of today's session maybe or tomorrow's session, you will get to know who sell the call options. Once we have talked about the Greeks. So here we are receiving the premium. So 120 premium I have received. And now the market comes down to 24,500. Now tell me, at 24,500, I have an at 24,500, I have an obligation to sell at what price? 25,200. If I have an obligation to sell at 25,200 and the market is trading at 24,500, which means my counterparty call buyer has a right to buy at 25,200. जबकि वो चीज he is getting in the market at 24,500 already. So why would he come to me, exercise the right and make a loss? Are you getting my point? He will not come and exercise his right. He will let his option expire worthless. So I will keep this 120 rupees. Is this point clear to everyone? Very important point. Think from buyer's point of view. Buyer कब तक नहीं आएगा राइट को एक्सरसाइज करने? 25,100 तक तो वो नहीं आएगा. He will not come because he is anyways getting the product cheaper in the market. At 25,200, वो आए या ना आए does not matter. He has anyways paid 120 rupees premium. But at 25,300, I have an obligation to deliver at 25,200 when something is trading in the market at 25,300. 100 रुपीज का लॉस हो रहा है मुझे, बट 120 का प्रीमियम मिल चुका है. Still making a profit of 20 rupees. The market moved against me. Still I'm making some bit of profit. Sachin, why would a buyer be in the contract? Already learned this, that the buyer can make unlimited profit. That is why he's in the contract. The bigger question is actually, why is the seller in the contract when the maximum profit is only the premium? Buyer के पास तो reason है enter करने का market में, right Sachin? Because if the market moves in his favor, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो आपको loss दिखेगा अभी, वो सारा buyer का profit है, तो why he should not be in a contract? At 25,200, minus 80, minus 180, minus 280, जितना मार्केट ऊपर जाएगी कॉल सेलर को लॉस होता जाएगा. सचिन ये देखिए, जितना मार्केट ऊपर जा रही है उसका लॉस बढ़ता जा रहा है, जबकि मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट 120 है. So why the call seller should be in a contract, that should have been a better question. That would have been a better question. But certainly he has his own reasons, which we are going to discuss later. I'll pause here. Anyone, any question? शैलेंद्र, yes, आपका एक्सेल में तो यू कैन फॉर्म एंड यू कैन मेक एन एक्सेल जिसपे आप ड्रॉप डाउन बना के इसको कर भी सकते हैं. लॉन्ग प्रोसेस बट नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. निखिल सेज बट सेलर हैज गिवन ओनली लिमिटेड मार्जिन. निखिल, सेलर के मार्जिन को तो अभी तक हमने डिस्कस ही नहीं किया. रिमेंबर, आई स्टार्टेड दिस सेशन बाय सेइंग वन स्टेटमेंट that anyone who faces unlimited loss has to pay the margin, right? And pays the VAR margin. So seller receives the premium but then pays the margin. उसको मिले हैं 120 रुपीज पर शेयर, लेकिन उसने 2 लाख रुपए मार्जिन पे किया है, 2 लाख रुपीज का मार्जिन पे किया है. शैलेंद्र, ये सब कुछ प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो हो जाएगा. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. आई विल मेक अ टेबल फॉर यू ऑल्सो. डोंट वरी. It's all about practice. I'm sure you will be able to do this. At 25,300, the value will be minus 20, not plus 20, 25,300. At 25,300, I have an obligation to sell at 25,200. I am making a loss of, sorry, at what level you are saying? 25,300, okay. At 25,300, yeah. So at 25,300, I am making a loss of 10 rupees, yes. Wait. Surinder, I have sold a call option at 25,200. At 25,300, I am losing 100 rupees. What is the problem? Okay, what is the break-even point? When the market goes up by 100 rupees, Gautam, when the market goes up by 100 rupees, you are making a loss of 100 rupees. तो जीरो कहां पर आएगा जब 20 रुपीज लूज करेंगे? 25,320 is the break even point. Prasad, no. 25,320 is the break even point. I am pausing here for 10 seconds, 30 seconds rather. One, I want to relax. Second, you can think of some questions. And then we'll be talking about the fourth section, which is put sell. Though we need to pick up the pace, but at the same time, the topic is so important that I can't skip it. So in the market, who is more? Kumar, okay. Who would like to answer this question? In the market, who is more prevalent? Call buyer or call seller? Of course, they will be equal. For every buy, there is a sell. They both are counterparty. बिना उनके वो कैसे रहेंगे? So as many number of calls, as many number of call buyer, as many number of call sellers, right? If we have to look for a technical answer here. Okay, cool. Let's proceed. I mean, I can say one thing here, that institutions are mostly option sellers and retailers are mostly option buyers. But again, this type of question will not be asked for you, asked by from you in your exam. Last part. Put seller, put writer, Nifty trading at obligation to, if put buyer had a right to sell, put seller has a obligation to buy at 25,100, premium 180 rupees. Start doing it. First, quickly tell me at 24,500, what is my profit or loss? Just this number. At 24,500, I have an obligation to buy at 25,100. My obligation is very costly, which means that I will be making a loss of 600 rupees, but already received 180 rupees, loss of 420 rupees. 24,700, 220. Quickly tell me this. Got it, guys? Needs a lot of practice for sure. But I am sharing with you a table that is going to help you out. Call buyer, call seller, put buyer, Put seller. Status. Right to buy. Quickly tell me. What should I write here? Premium. Pays. Premium. What about call seller? Quick. Receives. Put buyer. Put seller. Receives. Max profit. Unlimited. Max profit. Premium. Though technically not unlimited, but we are still writing unlimited. Premium. Max loss. Premium. Max loss. Unlimited. Premium. Unlimited. Makes profit when the market goes up. The market goes down or flat. Down, up or flat. Significant bullish. Mildly bullish. Strongly bearish. Mildly bearish. If you want, you can take a screenshot here. Because you will be requiring this for practice today itself. And of course, tomorrow we are going to practice some more questions. Also, expectations. Strongly up. Strongly down. Mildly down. Mildly up. Sneha, I would say actual trading is more difficult than theory. Far more difficult. I mean, making money is more difficult than theory and everything. Okay, guys. It was a heavy session, right? Kumar, I am mostly an options seller. Great, Nikhil. Glad to know that. Please make sure you have practiced all these things because tomorrow we will be practicing a few questions first. There is one more topic I would like to start here. Give me a few minutes. Give me just 2 minutes more. Because so that you will be able to read it before coming tomorrow. This is called moneyness of option. What is moneyness of option? Listen to me very carefully. If an option, when exercised hypothetically, results in profit, for example, forget about the premium. Forget about the premium. Nifty trading at 25,200. 25,100 call option. 25,100 call option provides you a right to buy Nifty at 25,100 when it is trading at 25,200, right? Which means अगर आप इस ऑप्शन को अभी के अभी एक्सरसाइज कर दोगे तो you will be making a profit. This option is called in the money option. An option which when exercised right away results in a profit, it is called in the money option. And an option which when exercised right away results in a loss, it is called out of the money option. For example, I am trying to show you a video here. Not showing you a video, maybe trying to share a link with you. Okay, no worries. I'll get you a video tomorrow. Listen to me carefully. So, if you exercise an option right away and it results in a profit, it is called in the money option. If you exercise right away, it results in a loss, it is called OTM option, out of the money option. And for example, Nifty is trading at 25,200 and your strike price of call option is 25,200, which means if you exercise it right away, it results in no profit, no loss. This is called at the money option. Just read about it for a second. I mean, for a few minutes. Tomorrow we are going to discuss in greater detail about this. Tomorrow we'll be practicing a few questions also before moving on to the next topic. So read about moneyness of the option, read about call buy, call sell, put buy, put sell. Okay. Guys, again I would say, I hope you would agree with me कि अगर आपने आज वाला सेशन मिस किया होता तो ये दोबारा से समझ में आएगा इसके चांसेस बहुत कम है unless until you are a practitioner, right? So believe me, if you are not, just in case you are not able to attend any of the further sessions, upcoming sessions, it is going to be difficult for you to catch up. So please make sure जैसे भी आप टाइम निकालेंगे, try to attend the sessions. स्नेहल कहते हैं, I wonder how things will be useful for distribution of SIF. Definitely useful स्नेहल, क्योंकि देखो आपको डेट मैनेज नहीं करना, लेकिन अगर आपको डेट के बारे में पता ही नहीं होगा तो आप किसी क्लाइंट को डेट म्यूचुअल फंड कैसे रिकमेंड करेंगे, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर हाइब्रिड म्यूचुअल फंड, राइट? इसीलिए इस पूरे प्रोडक्ट की इंफॉर्मेशन होना बहुत जरूरी है. This is, I would say, Snehal, this is the bare minimum thing that you need to know for the distribution of SIF. क्योंकि क्लाइंट सब कुछ पूछने वाला है आपसे कि मार्केट के नीचे जाने पर प्रॉफिट कैसे बनेगा, कैसे आप बोल रहे, क्योंकि ये एक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट हमारा पिच पॉइंट होने वाला है उनके साथ. Kumar, tomorrow you will get an answer. Okay, guys. So I hope you learned something new today. I cannot ask whether it was interesting or not because it was heavy. I'm very sure about this. चलिए, see you tomorrow at sharp 6:30. Great. Thank you so much. Bye bye.